Okay, now the next problem. What is the probability of selling more than 10,000 tickets? Okay, now remember, number of tickets sold follows normal distribution with mean 12,000 and standard deviation 8,000. So the given x value is 10,000. So let's type 10,000 there and align it properly. Okay. Now, if we use the norm.dist function like we did before, so let's do that. Norm.dist, the x value, comma, the mean mu, comma, standard deviation, and then comma 1. Now that function gives us the cumulative probability. So that is 10,000. Suppose if this is 10,000, all the probability that is 10,000 and below. But what we want is the probability of selling more than 10,000. So it is the tail area that we want, not the cumulative area. So we have to do 1 minus that probability. So that is the final answer for this problem. And of course, we can do the same thing using norm.s.dist, for which you have to first find the z value, which is x minus mean mu divided by the standard deviation. Align it properly, and then use norm.s.dist for that z comma 1, and then do 1 minus that to find the tail area probability. Okay. Now the next problem is, what is the probability of selling between 9,500 and 11,000 tickets? So it is an X range is given, and we have to find the probability in between. So the two X values are 9,500 and 11,000. So when we have a range like that, okay, we have to first find the cumulative probability using the norm.dist function. So norm.dist, the x value, mean mu, standard deviation, and comma 1. And then one more norm.dist with the second x value, mean mu, standard deviation, and 1. Okay. Now these two are the two cumulative distributions, and what we want is in between these two. So we take the larger cumulative probability and then subtract out the smaller one. And the balance is the probability between the two x values. And we can do the same thing with norm.s.dist. I'll just give the final answer. Okay. So we have z for the first x, z for the second x, then use norm.s.dist to find the two probabilities, and the difference is the probability within the range. And the last problem is one where we are given the probability, so we are given the cumulative probability, and we want the value of x. So cumulative probability is 98%, and now we want to find the value of x. So we use the reverse function or inverse function, norm.inv. So first probability, and then the mean, comma, standard deviation. So that will give us the x value. So we are, for 98% probability, we'll be able to sell 28,430 tickets. And if you want to use the z value function, Now we use norm.s.inv and we use the probability here. So this gives us the z value. This is like looking up the z table in the textbook. And once you have the value of z, then we can find the x value using this formula. So it will be mu plus z times the standard deviation. And of course, that gives you the same answer as norm.inv.